Welcome all in this lecture of biological physics. This lecture is actually the continuation of the earlier lecture regarding the microstates. In the earlier lecture, what we have discussed? We have discussed the idea of microstates for some biological systems. And in this particular lecture, I am going to discuss about the probability distribution of the microstates. We have learned in the previous lecture that a particular system, for a particular system, there are different microstates available. So the system may be in different microstates at different times. Now, what is the probability? What is the probability of the system to stay in a particular microstate? So that we are going to discuss, that is the probability of different microstates. Now for clear understanding of this lecture, you should have some idea of the statistical mechanics, because I have already told in my earlier lecture, that is we are going to apply the statistical mechanics to study different biological systems. And to understand this lecture, we should have idea about the statistical distribution. Statistical distribution means there are different types of statistical distribution, such as Boltzmann distribution, Bose-Einstein distribution, Fermi-Dirac distribution. So you should have some idea about such statistical distributions. You should also have some idea about the partition function and some idea about the ensemble. So we will apply those idea in this particular topic. So the idea of statistical mechanics is to deliver a probability distribution that tells us the probability of all the different microstates. So we can calculate the probability of all the different microstates available for a particular system. One simple class of the problem that illustrates this idea is the two-state system. So we will discuss the probability distribution with one example. So what is the example? That is a two-state system. A classic example of importance in biology is that of ion channels, which is the simplest case, can be in either the closed or the open state. So ion channels can stay in two states. It may be closed or it may be open. Now I will show you the figure of the ion channel that illustrates this two-state behavior. When the channel is open, there is current flowing through the channel, and when the channel is closed, there is no current. So how it looks like, you see, these are the ion channels, and this is probability of microstates from the Boltzmann distribution. I will discuss the Boltzmann distribution later on, but this is the example of the ion channel. You see that now this channel is closed. This channel is closed, and energy corresponding to this particular situation is epsilon closed. And here the channels are open. You see, channels are open now, and the energy corresponding to this particular situation is epsilon open. So if you calculate the current flowing through the channels, so when the channel will be open, then some currents can flow through the channel, and when the channel is closed, then current cannot flow. Now you see, that is if you plot a graph of current with respect to time, if you plot a graph current with respect to time, then what then you can have some graph like this. That is, this is a variation of current with respect to time. You see that this is the current. This is the current. Now it falls. Now again it increases. Example of current as a function of time for an ion channel. So this is the current variation with respect to time for an ion channel. Now I will discuss this situation more clearly now. So when the channel is open, there is some current flowing through the channel, and when the channel is closed, there is no current. The probability of the closed state is reflected by the fraction of the total time that the channel is closed. So how to calculate the probability of the closed state? We are saying in this way, that is, it is the fraction of the total time that the channel is closed. Similarly, the probability of the open state is given by the fraction of the total time that the channel spends open. The key distinguishing feature of different microstates is their energy EI, E suffix I, where the subscript I is a level for the ith microstate, because there may be different microstates available, and we are saying in this way, that is EI is the energy of the ith microstate. The energy of the closed state is E closed, epsilon closed, suppose, and the energy of the open state is epsilon open. So we are denoting the energy values for this particular two state system as epsilon closed and epsilon open. What statistical mechanics tells us precisely is that the probability of finding a given microstate with energy EI is PEI is equal to 1 by Z e to the power minus EI by KB into T. So this is the probability of finding a given microstate whose energy is EI. So if the energy of a particular microstate is EI, then probability for that particular microstate, that is the system will be in this particular state, that probability PEI is equal to 1 by Z e to the power minus EI by KBT. Actually, this particular formula we have discussed in our statistical mechanics classes. I will recommend you to go through the lecture Canonical Ensemble in the playlist Statistical Mechanics. So in that lecture, this particular formula has been discussed in details. So we are using this formula, that is the probability of finding a given microstate with energy EI is this one. Now 1 by Z is a constant set by the requirement that when we sum over all probabilities, the result is 1. That is, the probability distribution is normalized. The quantity Z has legendary status in statistical mechanics and is known as the partition function. The probability given in equation 6.4, that is this particular distribution, is known as the Boltzmann distribution. I have already said in the beginning of the lecture, that is, you should have some idea about the statistical distribution. So this particular distribution is known as the Boltzmann distribution, and I will again request the viewers to go through the statistical distribution lecture in the statistical mechanics playlist. So there you will have some more discussion regarding this Boltzmann distribution. So this is what about the probability calculated from the Boltzmann distribution. Here capital Z is the partition function. We will derive the Boltzmann distribution later on, that I will derive separately in some lecture, but the normalization constant 1 by Z can be determined by the requirement, that is the requirement we have already discussed, that is when we sum over all probabilities, then the result will be 1, that is sum of Pi, that is equal to 1. This is the probability for a particular microstate with energy EI, but if you calculate the probability for n number of particles, that is I is equal to 1 to capital N, then this should be 1, which implies if you sum the Pi is equal to 1, then 1 will be sum of Pi, sum of this one, sum of the right hand side. So sum of the right hand side of 6.4, that is equal to 1. So if the sum of the right hand side is equal to 1, so sum will be actually in the exponential factor. sum will not on the z. So on the exponential factor the sum will there, and that is equal to 1. That means capital Z is equal to sum of e to the power minus ei by kbt, where I is equal to 1 to capital N. So that is the expression of the partition function. So equation 6.5 gives the expression of the partition function. The reason for the importance placed on knowing the probability distribution for the different microstates is that once we have it, we can compute key observables such as the average current flowing through the channel or the average energy given by average energy is equal to I equal to 1 to n ei into pi. So what is the implication of the probability distribution? If we are able to calculate the probability distribution, then we can calculate some important parameters. So what are the important parameters? Suppose the average energy. So the expression of the average energy will be like this: I is equal to 1 to capital N ei multiplied by pi, where we have introduced a bracket notation. This is a bracket notation to indicate the average. You see the left hand side. So this particular notation will indicate the average value. So left hand side is the average value of the energy. What this equation tells us is that to find the average energy of the system, we sum over all the energies of the possible microscopic outcomes, each weighted appropriately by its probability P of ei. So if ei is the energy of the ith microstate, so for n number of particles, the energies will be e1, e2, e3 like this. So what you have to do, you have to multiply for a particular microstate the energy with the probability of that particular microstate. So this will be like e1 p of e1 plus e2 p of e2 plus e3 p of e3, in such way that is you are multiplying the energy of a particular microstate with the probability of that microstate. So then now if we sum those, then you will obtain the average energy. So the point is that is you can calculate some important parameters if you know the probability distribution. So this is the actually physical significance and application, you can say, that is the application of the probability distribution. Now we will discuss something more on the partition function. The partition function serves as the analytical engine of statistical mechanics and permits us to directly calculate quantities such as the free energy G. Free energy is G. We have read about free energy in thermodynamics classes. So what is G? G is equal to minus kBT ln Z. And we can also calculate average energy. So if we know the expression of the partition function, so from the expression of the partition function you can calculate several thermodynamical parameters. And we have already learned about the partition function in our statistical mechanics classes. I am again requesting the viewers to go through the lecture canonical distribution in the statistical mechanics playlist. There you can have some more discussion on the partition function. But the key point is that if you know the expression of the partition function, so from that very expression you can calculate several important thermodynamical parameters. Here such as the free energy G, you see the formula. If you know capital Z, then you are able to calculate the value of the G. And I will also show you that is you can also calculate average energy from the partition function. So how to calculate that? You see, that is what was the expression of the average energy. You see, we have written in this way, that is average energy E is equal to I equal to 1 to n ei into pi. Pi is the probability distribution of that particular microstate. Now what was the expression of the PEI? You see, in the earlier lecture, in the earlier discussion, we have shown the expression of the PEI. So the expression of the probability distribution is equal to 1 by z e to the power minus ei by kbt. So that expression we will use now. You see, in this particular formula we will put the value of the PEI. Now if we put the value of PEI, then the equation will look like this, that is average energy E is equal to 1 by Z sum of EI e to the power minus EI by kBT. Now you note that by virtue of the definition of the partition function, we have already defined the partition function Z as equal to I equal to 1 to n e to the power minus EI by kBT. You see, we have also defined the partition function Z as this one. Now as we have defined Z in this way, and this is the equation 6.7, so what we can do, we can rewrite the equation 6.7 in this way. We can write it, average energy E is equal to minus of 1 by Z del beta of Z. What is Z? Z is equal to this one, this equation. And what is beta? Beta is a parameter that is equal to 1 by kBT. Beta is a parameter we have learned in our statistical mechanics classes, that is beta is equal to 1 by kBT. So this average energy can be defined in this way. So you see, in the right hand side there is only partition function. Just what you are doing, we are differentiating the partition function with respect to beta. So if you know the expression of the partition function, you can easily calculate the average energy. The point is that when you when we differentiate e to the power minus beta into EI, so this exponential factor can be written as e to the power beta EI, because beta is equal to 1 by kBT. Now when you differentiate e to the power minus beta I with respect to beta, the result is minus EI into e to the power minus beta EI, exactly the quantity we need to compute the average. Now you see, that is again this equation can be more simplified if we use the fact that is ddx of ln fx is equal to 1 by f into df by dx. So by that formula, this particular equation can also be written as average energy E is equal to minus del beta of ln z. So this equation can be more simplified. So what we have shown here, that is by using the partition function, you can calculate several thermodynamical parameters very easily. This is some of the examples, because this is the formula of the average energy and this is the formula of the free energy. But there are different formulas available to calculate the thermodynamical parameters with respect to the partition function, and you can find them in more details in the lecture canonical distribution that I have given in the statistical mechanics playlist. So I think you have understood what I have discussed in this particular lecture, and the discussion is from the textbook The Physical Biology of the Cell, written by Rob Phillips and others. So I will request the viewers that for further understanding you can go through this textbook, and you should also learn some concepts of the statistical mechanics for clear understanding of these lectures of the biological physics. And I also thank you for listening this lecture.